If you're cheating right now, or even thinking about it, this might be the most uncomfortable truth you will ever hear. But it could also be the one thing that saves your life. Let's be honest, cheating doesn't just happen. It starts small, a message, a glance, a harmless conversation. And before you know it, you're living two lives. But here's what nobody tells you. Cheating isn't just about betrayal. It's about avoidance. You're not just running towards someone else. You're running away from something. Maybe it is boredom. Maybe it is lack of respect. Maybe it is problems you've been avoiding for years. But instead of fixing it, you escape it. And that escape, it comes with a cost. Because sooner or later, you lose something. Trust, peace of mind, self-respect. And the worst part, even if nobody finds out, you know. So here's the advice that can change your life. Stop. Not later, not after one last time. Now, ask yourself the question you've been avoiding. Why am I really doing this? Because until you face that truth, it won't stop. You will just get better at hiding it. If you're unhappy, fix it. If you're done, leave. But don't destroy someone else while you're trying to escape yourself. Because cheating doesn't just break hearts, it breaks you. And here's the part most people don't want to admit. It doesn't stop at cheating. It changes you. The lies get easier. The guilt gets quieter. And slowly you become someone you don't even recognize anymore. You start justifying things you once said you'd never do. It's not that serious. They don't understand me. I deserve this. But deep down, you know those are just excuses. Because if you really deserved better, you wouldn't need to lie to get it. You would be honest enough to either fix what you have or walk away from it. And let's talk about consequences, not just getting caught. I'm talking about losing respect for yourself, not being able to fully trust anyone again, carrying guilt into your next relationship, because what you practice becomes who you are. And here's the good news. You can stop the cycle, not by promising, not by hiding it better, but by making one difficult decision. Face the truth. Have the conversation you have been avoiding. Make the choice you have been delaying. Take responsibility for the damage, even if it's uncomfortable. Because real strength is not in getting away with it. It's in standing still, owning your actions, and choosing to become better. So before you send that next message, before you step out again, before you cross that line one more time, pause. Not because you're scared, but because you finally understand. Some mistakes don't just cost relationships. They cost who you are. And one day, it catches up with you. Not always in the way you expect. Not always with shouting or drama. Sometimes it's silence. The kind of silence that says, I see you now and I'm done. Because the truth is, people don't leave just because you cheated. They leave because of what it represents. The lies, the disrespect, the choice you made over and over again. And when it's over, when the calls stop, and the house feels empty, that's when it hits you. Not the thrill, not the excitement, just the loss. Because in chasing something temporary, you risked something real. And by the time you understand the value of what you had, it might already be gone. So if you're still in it, this is your moment. Not tomorrow, not when it's convenient. Now. End what needs to end. Fix what can be fixed. Or walk away the right way. But stop living a life that requires lies to survive. Because peace doesn't come from secrecy. It comes from alignment, from honesty, from knowing that your actions match your values. At the end of the day, it's not about who you can hide things from. It's about who you become in the process. So choose carefully, because every secret you keep is shaping the person you're becoming. And here's the part nobody prepares you for. Moving on doesn't erase what you did. You can change your environment, change the person, even start a whole new relationship. But if you don't change yourself, you carry the same habits into a different story. Because the real issue was never just the other person. It was the choices, the mindset, the version of you that said, I will deal with the consequences later. Well, later always comes. So instead of asking, how do I get away with this? Ask, Why am I willing to risk everything for this? That question alone can change your direction. And if you've already messed up, if the damage is already done, here's the truth most people won't tell you. You can still become better. Not by pretending it didn't happen, not by blaming anyone else, but by owning it fully, apologizing without excuses, accepting whatever comes next, and doing the inner work even when nobody is watching. Because growth isn't loud, it's quiet, it's discipline, it's choosing differently when you have the chance to repeat the same mistake. So if this message found you at the right time, take it seriously. This isn't just about cheating. It's about the kind of life you want to live and the kind of person you want to be. Because in the end, it's not the secret that destroys you, it's the person you become while keeping it. And maybe this is where it all becomes real for you. Not in the moment of excitement, not in the hidden messages, but right here when everything is quiet and you're left alone with your thoughts. Because deep down, you already know what's right. You've always known. You just hoped you wouldn't have to face it. But the truth has a way of catching up in how you feel, in how you act, in the weight you carry, even when you smile. So now it comes down to a choice. Not a big dramatic one, a simple one. Do you keep going, hoping nothing falls apart? Or do you stop and finally become someone you can respect again? Because the strongest people aren't the ones who never mess up. They're the ones who stop, face themselves, and choose differently. So if nobody has told you this, let me be the one. You don't need another secret. You don't need another excuse. You need a decision. And that decision can either keep breaking your life or start rebuilding it. Choose wisely. And if this message spoke to you, if it made you pause, or even made you see things differently, then this channel is for you. Because here, we don't just talk. We say the things people avoid, the truths that actually change lives. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and join a community that chooses growth over excuses. Because one message at the right time can save you from a lifetime of regret.